I once struggled to read consistently. I wanted knowledge, but I procrastinated. Then I promised myself 5 pages every morning, no matter what. Within weeks, I noticed my focus sharpen, my vocabulary expand, and my sense of accomplishment skyrocket. That single promise spilled over into other areas of my life. Suddenly, scheduling workouts became easier, completing projects felt more natural, and I walked taller, more certain of my capabilities. That's the instant power of microdisciplines. It cascades into every aspect of your life. Remember, it's not about building an unbreakable fortress overnight. It's about laying that first stone. And once you've laid it, you realize you can lay another and another until a fortress stands, unyielding, unstoppable, and entirely yours. And if you slip up one day, it's not a sign of total failure. It's a reminder that discipline is a lifelong battle. You might lose a skirmish, but you can still triumph in the war. Now, step back and see the bigger stage you're fighting on. The world isn't waiting for you to decide. Life's battles are already raging. If you're not armed with discipline, you're walking into a war zone unprotected. But the moment you claim even a fraction of discipline, just a spark of it, you ignite a powerful energy that sets you apart. Microdisciplines don't just impact your personal to-do list. It affects your relationships, your career, your sense of purpose. It transforms you from a passive spectator into an active force. Like a strategic general surveying the battlefield, you begin to see opportunities instead of dead zones. You realize that each minor act of discipline is a soldier in your army, fortifying your position, driving the enemy of complacency back inch by inch. Here's the universal truth. Weakness thrives in silence. Fear thrives in darkness. Discipline is a torch, small though it may be, that immediately lights the shadows. And when those shadows retreat, you see new possibilities you once thought were beyond you. Never forget, fear combined with courage transforms into victory. It's a chain reaction. The second you muster the smallest dose of discipline, you punch a hole through fear. You claim a tiny victory that echoes into tomorrow, the next day, and the next. This is your chance to stand up, not just for yourself, but for everyone watching you. Because when you become disciplined, you silently give others permission to rise too. That's the power that radiates from a single act of will. Let's make this tangible. It's one thing to talk about discipline in grand terms. It's another to weave it into your daily life, so it becomes the unbreakable thread that holds everything together. I want to share with you a few very practical habits that can trigger instant power the moment you commit to them. Let's start with something I call a micro morning ritual. The instant you wake up, before your feet even touch the ground, I want you to choose one disciplined act. It might be making your bed with military precision, writing down a single goal for the day, or doing 10 squats just to get your blood moving. Start small and keep it simple. Why? Because the first win, however minor it seems, sets a spark that fuels your entire day. Next, consider a 5-minute focus block whenever you struggle to start a task. Grab a timer, set it for 5 minutes, and attack one priority. No phone, no distractions, no excuses. You'd be amazed at what happens once you conquer that first 5 minutes. You start building momentum, and you often find yourself pushing well beyond the timer because you've already proven you can push through resistance. Then, when night comes, give yourself a daily reflection. Ask, did I honor my micro-disciplines today? This question isn't meant to shame you. It's pure accountability. Because if you're not measuring whether you followed through, you won't know where to adjust tomorrow. And when these micro-disciplines become second nature, you can begin gradual expansion. If 5 minutes of focused work is too easy, make it 10. If your nightly reflection feels routine, Add a short journal entry about what you learned or how you felt. Small steps, big difference. I've watched this approach work wonders in different settings. Students who set aside just 5 minutes to review notes immediately after class see their attention skyrocket. Artists who sketch a single drawing every morning unlock new levels of creativity. Entrepreneurs who dedicate 10 minutes daily to reaching out to potential clients often find themselves building a network far more robust than they ever imagined. And the benefits of this approach are crystal clear. You gain heightened self-respect because you begin trusting the promises you make to yourself. You gain resilience in chaos because life's storms can't rattle you when you've built a habit of steady action. And you develop unshakable focus because those tiny distractions that once pulled you off course suddenly don't stand a chance against your momentum. Never forget that the smallest disciplined act can flood you with instant power. It's like striking a match in a dark cave. You might not light up the entire space at once, but you see enough to move forward, and that first step is often all you need. So, here we are, standing at the edge of a choice that might look tiny at first glance, but carries the power to uproot every limit you've placed on yourself. Microdisciplines, instant power, these aren't just words strung together. Think of them as your personal war cry, the mantra that reminds you you're stronger than your excuses, fiercer than your doubts. Are you going to let the dragon of procrastination breathe fire down your spine? Or will you pick up your sword of discipline and strike the first blow? Right now, I challenge you to pick one small action you can take in the next 5 minutes. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Don't try to negotiate with that lazy voice in your head. Just do it. Let that single spark ignite the entire inferno of discipline that's been waiting inside you, ready to blaze through every obstacle. You're lighting a single candle in a dark room. You can see just enough to move forward, which is all you need for now. But multiply that candle's light 1,000 times, and suddenly, you have the brilliance of a life forged through consistent daily discipline. This is your power statement. You are a warrior. You own this fight. And in this very moment, the smallest disciplined act can unleash unimaginable strength. You're unstoppable.